Man, let me hear what Stephen A. Switching A is talking about, man.
All right, here with his take. I admit it publicly. He's a friend of mine. We don't agree a lot on politics. It's ESPN host. He's a rock star. There is no, as far as I'm concerned, there is no ESPN without my friend Stephen A. Smith. I watched you on The View today. How you doing?
All right. How you doing, Sean? Congratulations on the election, the results.
Thank you.
You called it. You said it was going to happen. I can't.
Hey, first of all, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, and if you feel free, donate to the channel. I would love that. How come I haven't gotten any of this from my Democratic friends, right? This right here, the congratulations for Donald Trump winning the election.
Congratulations on the election, the results. You called it. You said it was going to
None of them have called me, texted me, but they were definitely sending me messages all through the election, time, the election season. They were, look what Donald Trump did. He got smashed in the debate. He got this and that, and then crickets on the day of the of the day of election or voting. Like, it was crazy. All right, sorry about that, y'all.
To happen. I can't refute it. I can't refuse the fact that the president of the United States, the president-elect, is well deserving of it. It was a romp. It was an annihilation. I know a lot of people are trying to, label it like, he won a little bit in a lot of different places. I don't want to hear that. He won, and he won in absolutely convincing fashion, so much so that I think that in light of those results, we have to look at this election as a referendum on a Democratic Party in America saying, we're not feeling where you are. We're not feeling where you tried to go. We want no part of it. We're not having it. And they made their choice, and we all have to accept it.
And you were very gracious, by the way, privately. We have our own conversations, and you said that to me, and I'll live with it. And I've had elections that I really wanted my side to win that they lost. And you know what, Stephen A., I go on, and I plow through, and I do my job. There's not going to be retribution. None of the hosts of The View are going to be taken off. I used to go on that show. They wouldn't even they wouldn't accept a conversation with me at this point. Isn't that pretty pathetic? Because I used to like Whoopi Goldberg. Joyless Behar.
Joyless.
Yeah.
I would add.
We call her unjoyful Behar on my channel, but joyless sounds good.
Ask that you don't look at the show. What you should look at is the ideological tilt that has taken place in our country. We've gotten to a point where, God forbid, somebody has a difference of opinion and a different form of ideology, then you're damn near the Antichrist. And that's not what makes this country great. I mean, the reality is that, we could sit up there and we could say what we want, and everybody has their different opinions about Donald Trump. You know how I felt. You knew why I didn't vote for him. I don't like the way he behaves. I think the presidency is a statesmanship position, and I think that level of hubris that he's accustomed to showing needs to be dialed back significantly. But I
think he's behaving pretty well since he won the election. You know what? I think a lot of other countries are starting to do pretty well and straighten their act up since Donald Trump got elected. Look at Governor Trudeau. Look at Governor Trudeau out there getting his act together. See Putin getting his act together. Zelensky trying to get his act together. So I think Stephen Switching A. Smith is too busy focused on the rhetoric pushed out and the false narratives instead of seeing how Trump handles and conducts himself amongst world leaders and how he handles business within the United States. I think he's a little confused.
Said that, the bottom line is simple. You can look at a lot of things on the right or the left. He talked about the economy. Okay, Biden inherited, what was it, like 1.5% in terms of inflation. It ballooned to over 9.1% before it got dialed down.
Big problem.
A little bit. We looked at open borders. Barack Obama was once considered the deporter-in-chief because he actually deported more folks than Donald Trump. But Biden comes into office, and the first thing he does, day one, executive order, he opens the borders. And obviously that created so much tension. And then you look at the culture wars, the identity politics, some of the transgender issues that people were bringing up in terms of individuals transitioning from male to female and wanting to participate in female sports and stuff like that, or sharing the same bathroom as females and all of this other stuff. America said, hey, We're not
Enough.
down for that. We're not going for it. And no matter what you try to throw in our direction, that's not what we're concerned about. We're primarily concerned about the economy. We're primarily concerned about our borders and about being safe. And they voted that way to send that message. And all we've heard over the last couple of days is folks going absolutely bat crazy because the candidate that they preferred to win didn't win. And I just wanted to.
She got squashed, handled. Vamos, adios. She got whooped in a landslide. She's trying to be governor now, y'all. She's trying to be the governor of California. Good luck. Good Lord.
Take a moment to remind everybody this is America. Guess what? Sometimes you don't get what you want, but we are known for having intestinal resolve and making sure we're able to march forward and work with whichever candidate ends up being in office and winning, and find a way to work with one another and reach some degree of compromise so we have civility in this country instead of chaos. It's going to be up to Donald Trump to contribute to that, no doubt. But the way I've seen some of the Democrats reacting since Kamala Harris lost, to be quite honest with you, is utterly ridiculous. I'm not going to get into any names, but it's been utterly ridiculous.
I can get into some names. I can get into some names here, Stephen A. First of all is the people on The View. Unjoyful Behar, Sonny Huston, right? We can go to CNN. We can go over there, right? We can go to a lot of these folks. We can go to Roly Poly Martin that came after you, Stephen A. Switching A. See, this is the thing about Stephen A, right? Make sure y'all like the video, subscribe, and make sure y'all check out the weekly live streams that I do as well. Listen, this is the thing I don't like about Switching A Smith, man. I've been watching him throughout the election season, and I do like that Stephen A gives you two perspectives, right? It's not just one side, right? Because a lot of these stations and podcasts you may listen to are one-sided, okay? He'll give you two sides. But the only thing I don't like is the fact that he straddles the fence way too much. And after the election, post-election, I noticed he was like, oh, well, I knew Trump was going to win, but I voted for Kamala Harris. And I knew this and that, but I did this and that. It's like, yo, pick a side. You know what I'm saying? Like, did you vote for Trump or did you not? Because it sounds like you did, but then you don't want to lose your audience, right? And one of my subscribers said it on my channel, that Stephen A's trying to get into the Hodge twins and Officer Tatum type of, audience, I think. And I think so, right? But Stephen A switches up too much for me, man. And it kind of becomes a headache where it's like, now you on Fox News now. I know he came on Fox News before with Sean Hannity, but now you jumping on Fox News now. Now you're saying all these good things about Donald Trump now. It's just weird behavior to me. I just like people to be honest, and Stephen A. I know this guy's a real guy. He's a straight New Yorker, but I don't know if he's playing the fence because because the bosses is telling him to. They tell him not to take a side, or they're getting funded by the Democratic Party. But I just don't like how he always is just. It seems a little fake and unauthentic, in my opinion, right? But let me know your guys' thoughts below about Stephen A. Smith. He's saying some true things here. Like, I'm not going to lie. But then, tomorrow he'll be saying something about, because as soon as Donald Trump makes like one little thing when he gets in office, I can see him switching up again. I don't know, man. But let me know your thoughts below. I love to hear you guys' comments. Please like the video. And if y'all feel the need, man, go ahead and send a donation. I really appreciate it. Drop a super chat or send me a Venmo or CashApp. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you prefer, I appreciate y'all all the time. I'm going to get up out of here. Like I say, after every video, this is chess, not checkers. I'm going to see y'all at work 2 times. I do.